Hey guys, it's Danny here. Well, first of all, I'd like to thanks for everybody for subscribing, and thanks for everybody who was following the previous build of a cutaway Panther. So I truly enjoyed that build, and I decided that I am going to build a big diorama. So I guess, as you can see on the book and you can see on the title, Panzer, Nuremberg Panzer Factory. So once I completed the previous Panther, I really started to dive deep into about the Panther, like about the design, about the production process, and about the factories, because basically I was curious that which company take the most part out of the production process, and which company was producing the most number of Panthers during the war. There was quite a lot of company doing it. However, the Nuremberg Panzer factory was probably the biggest one. And this is the book that I have found. So the Nuremberg Panzer Factory, or other name, they called Maschinenfabrik Augsburg Nuremberg. I'm sure you guys heard of it. It still exists as of today. Is called the M.A.N work Nuremberg. See, so this is how the factory looked like. It was quite huge, with loads of different buildings where the constructions and the design and the steelwork and the assembly, construction, welding, and all these production processes were completed. So this is how the factory was looked like. And yeah, so I get this book and I started to dive deep into it, and then get a little bit of an information of how this factory works and what kind of machines they were creating. Obviously, as you can see on the picture, they were creating trucks in the beginning. However, once the war started, all the truck production has been seized, and Hitler ordered basically the production of the Panzers. So they produced from Panzer 1, Panzer 2, Panzer 3 all the way, and then in 1943 they started to produce the Panthers. So let me just find it for you guys where it starts. So as you can see, there is loads of pictures, loads of references inside how the factory looked like. And like I said, they produced a lot of different tanks from Marder, from Nashorn, from Panzer IV. As you can see, there is a Nashorn on the picture over here. So, and yeah, so this is where it begins. So in 1942, the M.A.N company won the contract for the construction and the design of the Panthers, and they started to produce them. So during this period, all the way till 1945 February, they produced loads of variations of Panthers, from A, from D, G, even Berge Panther. So yeah, they were the main production factory for the Panthers. And yeah, I found this book and it's beautiful. It's a photographic study, and it does consist of loads of hundreds of pictures of the production process, of how this factory worked, and how they produced these Panthers, and all the unique machines that they had to come up with to be able to produce these tanks. So yeah, so obviously, as I told you, I am going to build a Panzer factory. So this is why I get this book, is just to get some reference pictures and try to be as accurate as possible. As you can see, there's loads and loads of pictures in this book, one after another. So it does really gives you an idea, how the factory looked like, and the production process, and basically all the factory workers. It also gives you information about during the production, the Panzer crews were invited into the factory, and in the final stages of the assembly process, they actually had to participate. So as you can see, you can distinguish the guys with the army hat on, the Panzer hat on, and the Panzer uniform. So they were worked side by side with the workers, in order to learn basically the process and the maintenance of the tank. If for some reason something's happening on the battlefield, then they were able to they had to know what they have to do and how to fix the broken down Panthers on the battlefield. So yeah, there's a lot of beautiful pictures about the testing and about the facilities and everything. So it is a really, really useful one. There is obviously no color pictures in here, as everything is in black and white. But if you guys building a Panther, or you guys really want to know about the the design, the production and everything, then I definitely recommend this book to you guys. So it is called the Nuremberg Panzer Factory. This book is about 22 pounds, depending on where you're buying it. So it is not really expensive, and it's well worth the 20 pound to spend, to get all this information, all these pictures, which is basically it's made by the company by itself, the M.A.N, during the war times and during the constructions and development of the Panthers. So yeah, there's loads of pictures can be found, and yeah, it is really, really useful. So the main thing I bought it for is just to really give me an idea or how the factories look like and what kind of machines they were using and everything. So yeah, like I said, this factory was operational all the way until 1945 February. That was the last Panthers were rolling out. In February, they produced, I think, 22 Panthers, as the book says in the end. So that's when the production ceased due to Allied bombing. As you can see on the pictures, the factory was completely demolished by air raids. So, but even after the air raids, some of the facilities were still operational. So this company was the company where the Panthers being brought back, the broken down or damaged Panthers has been brought back from the war, and they have been contracted with basically the renovation or the rebuilding of the broken down Panthers. So all the Panthers from the war came back to the M.A.N factory. As you can see, all the battle damaged Panthers being brought back on trains to be rebuilt and to be sent back to the war. So it's a picture of the last Panther has been built by this factory, and it's in the picture shows is April 1945. So this was so used as propaganda by the Allies. And yeah, so there's quite a lot of pictures. It is a beautiful book to have. As you can see, the Allies were doing all kind of checking out the whole factory about the production process and everything. However, once the Allied soldiers arrived, there wasn't too much left in the factory, as the book says in the end. So yeah, so this is about the book. This is what I am going to use as a reference. So let's just talk about the build a little bit, what I want to build. So obviously, as you can see, the factory is quite huge, and in every single building there is a different construction process has been made, from welding, from steel work, from crane constructions, forgery, tank repair, general work buildings, and yeah, and then so on and so on. So unfortunately, it would be quite difficult to build, all these buildings separately. And to create a diorama out of it, you would need like a huge house, and you would need a lot of space to make that happen. So what I decided to do is I am going to build a big factory, and I try to incorporate maybe a little bit of everything. I know it will not be 100% accurate, but as I said, every construction process been happened in different buildings. So in order for us to to create a diorama and to be able to represent, the workers and then the manufacturing process of the Panthers, then everything has to be incorporated into one place, just to save space. However, once you're gonna see what I am planning to do, then you'll see. So I look through the internet, and I always, I do my little research and see if there's any dioramas out there, which is like representing any factories or any tank factories or build, anything production process, and I haven't really find anything. So the only picture I came across on the internet, which is this one. This is a Russian tank factory. They building these Russian tanks. So this is the only one I find. I haven't find anything. Obviously, there is a lot of dioramas out there, which is basically showing like a field workshop where, the soldiers are working on a broken down tank or anything. However, as specifically as a factory, there is no dioramas out there. So I quite like it because, again, it's going to be a unique project. It's not something that there is a ton of them out there. From these field workshops, yeah, there is a lot. But like I said, as a factory, no, there is not many. So this is what I am going to build. I am going to build a Panzer factory. So now I'm going to show you guys the kits and all the materials that I am going to use. So this is the tanks that I will going to use. So as you see, a couple of jacked Panther. However, just to make you guys aware, as historically the jacked Panthers has not been produced in the M.A.N factory. They have produced in 3 different factories, Potsdam and Düsseldorf, and there's another one. So however, M.A.N makes this traveling hull version, which is like all the barrel been covered with a tarp, and also there's a nice tarp on the top. So I will going to incorporate that as well. However, I am just going to put it on a train, as it's coming from the factory, from a different factory, and they stop by in the Nuremberg factory to picking up more Panthers on a train to be delivered to the front. So this is the platform wagons that I am going to use. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this company. So it's called T Model, and their kits are really, really nice. They also come with like wooden decals, so you can really make the platform really, really nice with the real wooden decals, so with a couple of wash on it, then you can make brilliant things. I have used them before, and the prices are just absolutely brilliant, because like if you look at these Trumperers or other like railway cars, or even Sabra models make platform wagons, and they are quite expensive. However, the T model, like these platform wagons, goes for like 22-23 pound, which is really affordable. So also I'm gonna incorporate 3 of these. 3 of the platform wagons. I'm gonna have 3 jacked Panther, 1 on each of the platform wagons. I'm gonna have a locomotive pulling them, and I am also going to incorporate like a little bit of it's like a stand for the turret, which is where they use it in the factory. However, this kit is supposed to be for a King Tiger, but I'm gonna use a Panther turret for it, just to hold it. Also, different variations of a Panthers. I'm gonna use Panthers which is hollow inside without interiors. As you can see, the jacked Panther or the Ausf A late or the Ausf D, these are all M.A.N kits. There is no interior included. So these tanks will be parked outside of the factory waiting to be delivered. So also I find this from M.A.N, which is, again, it's for a traveling mode for the Panther Ausf D. So as you can see, the turret and the barrel, it's all been covered up and put a little tarp on it, so it's protecting it from the weather when they were transporting it. So yeah, well, I was quite surprised, be honest, because these 3 kit, the prices are for some reason, I understand they are resin kits. However, for some reason they are ridiculously expensive. However, if you look around the internet, there is cheaper ways to manage to get these models, and you don't have to pay that a huge price what M.A.N came up with. So these are some of the kits I'm gonna use. So this is the other ones. So as you can see, these will be the kits with interiors. So obviously in the M.A.N Nuremberg factory, as we talked about it, they have produced all the type of Panthers during the war, from all the way from 43 till 45. So it consists of A, D, G, and this was the latest was rolling out, which has got all the air defense armor on the back as well. So that's the G version when they have the steel wheels. So I try to a little bit incorporate of all kind of models, and yeah, so these will be the tanks with interiors, so they will be inside the factory, so you can really, you know, I can represent all the workers and welders and everything you can imagine, all the painters. So it will be like a factory scene. And this is the factory that I am going to use. So this is a laser cut kit. They selling it in Germany. And this is a modular kit. So this is one end, this is the other end. So they are all 20 centimeter wide and 40 centimeter long. And basically the original kit would be 3 pieces only. However, if you put the 3 together, that's only 60 centimeter, which is about 2 feet. So I didn't find that long enough for myself. So I did manage to get 2, well, basically 3 of the inside, the middle modules. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, and 3 in the middle. So it will be 1 meter long. And I also gonna have the 2 of these annex building outside of the factory. So yeah, so these are the kits. These are the interior ones. As I mentioned, some of these are like really nice. Like here is the Panther ones, which is M.A.N's made. And as you can see, they are really nice. So it's a nice design, and it's gonna look good on the train once I build it, with all the covered up barrel and muzzle and everything. So yeah, so these are the kits that I'm going to use. So let's get on to the figures. So this is the figures that so far I managed to find and look through the internet, anything what's related to factories. And this is what I find. So this is German repairments, wooden pallets, garage workshop, German tank man with gantry crane and the Maybach HL 120 engine. So tank repair crew, tool makers, welders, German tankman painting camo, German tankers refueling, and the scaffolding. So this is from Mini Art. This is the selection that I was, like I said, was able to find for this diorama. And yeah, so this is the Mini Art one. So this is basically some tools. Most of these tools are from Verlinden. Unfortunately, it's very, very hard to come by. However, if you're clever, then there is a lot of other ways that you can get in touch with, you know, different manufacturers from all around the world, and then someone will be able to provide it for you. They are still available. They are not easy to get. However, you can get them if you really want them. So as you can see, I tried to collect everything which was related to a factory, from all kind of fuel tanks and milling machines and tables and tools and drills and forklifts and cable rolls and everything basically. So engine hoist, like anything factory related, this is what I found. If for some reason I missed out something, and if you guys know or you guys find anything else, then just please let me know, because I am on the hunt for every kind of factory you know, models. So yeah, these are from Verlinden. Like I said, they are hard to come by, but you can do it if you want it. So here we go. There's also some other Verlinden stuff. As you can see, some huge machines where they were creating the barrel of the gun, and everything, some other Verlinden kit down here. I was also thinking of incorporating one of the freest crown from Amusing Hobby because it's quite affordable price. However, I'm not quite sure that outside of the factory I will going to have enough space. And the other thing is, I think these cranes were only being used on the field by the soldiers, so it might not be accurate to using it for a factory. So again, here is more figures, more resin figures. I'm keep searching the net, looking for everything that's related to a factory. So this is the ones that I find. As you can see, the regular Tamiya kits. There's a couple of them from Masterbox and from Stalingrad, and yeah, there's a couple of figures. Like I said, if you do the research, you can find everything on the internet. So this is the guys that I find, which is all related to some kind of, you know, machinery work or something fixing or mechanics or anything. Also, I managed to find the little tents for the platforms. So this is how they look like. They are come with the kit, so they are pretty cool because once the tank has been put on a train, obviously the crew was traveling with the tank and the crew needed to sleep somewhere until they get to the destination. So they were using these small little tents on the front of the platform wagon to spend the night while they are traveling to the front. So yeah, so these ones, they have came with the kit, which I was very pleased with. I didn't expect this to be in. I bought many kits from T-Model previously, and for some reason I never received any tents. However, this time I have, so I was very pleased with it. So yeah, so these are more figures, and this is how the plan gonna look like. So as you can see, it's already quite big. However, I like big dioramas. I am full with big dioramas in my room, and I don't like to do things in small. I think it's more giving you a bigger visual effect if it's something is big. So yeah, as you can see, it will be 140 centimeters long. It will be 85 centimeters wide, and the main building, as you can see, that's 1 meter by 40. The annex building on the side, unfortunately, the annex building, they are just 44 centimeter for one kit. I have two of them, so it's only 88 centimeters. So I will have a little bit of a gap here. It would be nice if it would be ended up all the way till the end of the other building, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, so this is how the diorama is gonna look like. This is the plan so far, and yeah, I'm gonna incorporate a train line as well, as I mentioned, with a main locomotive pulling 3 platform wagons with 3 jack tigers on the back, and I'm gonna have about 4 or 5 Panthers, ready-made Panthers will be up here waiting to be transported. And then obviously the inside scene with loads of machinery and tools and figures and constructions process. So yeah, so this is the plan. I did go ahead and I have built a couple of kits. So let me just show you guys. Just bear me a second, please. Yeah, so sorry about this. I just had it on the other table. So yeah, so I did go ahead and started the constructions of couple of the kits. So this is one of the Verlinden models, one of the big machinery, which was basically they were put the gun barrel in there, and then this is how they were making the barrels. As you can see, the size, it is quite big. If I put a 1/35 scale figure next to it, then yeah, it is quite big, but I think it is beautiful, and it's like a nice, definitely interesting kit to have if you are building anything factory related. So here is another kit from Verlinden. This is all has been assembled. Obviously, it's not been painted yet, but first I'm just gonna do the assembly, and then once I have built up quite a few of the machines, then I will go ahead and start to paint them as well. So yeah, this is the one which they were making the wheels for the tanks. So looks pretty cool as well. And also some other smaller little machines. As you can see, this is probably some kind of like a milling machine or something like that. So yeah, there's a ton of them out there. And yeah, like a little drill. So yeah, they're gonna look really cool. It's really a unique subject. Like I said, it's something that you flick through the internet and you don't really find too many Panzer factory dioramas. So I kind of enjoy the fact that, being different from others. So yeah, so these are the kits that I have started to build together. There is a lot more waiting for me, as you guys can see. I'll show you. So this is all the resin stuff that I have to build. So I don't know how much you guys can see it, but yeah, there is a lot to do. So, and like I said, you can get everything from the internet if you know where to look for. So yeah, so these are the resin stuff, and I want to show you guys about the models. So here we go. So far, this is what I was able to manage to source so far. And obviously there will be, I still missing the kits with the interiors. So once I have those ones as well, then it will be completed. A couple of mini arts still missing, couple of resin figures is still missing. However, I've been collecting this for about 2 months now. So slowly keep building it up, keep collecting it, and then probably I would reckon that this production process of this diorama, it will going to last about 8 months. So I hope you guys are not busy. So stick around, and I hope it will be entertaining, and I hope it will be a unique subject for you guys to follow. As always, anytime if you guys have any questions, or if you guys need any help with getting any of these kits, resin kits, then just feel free to message me or leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you. So this is it for today, guys. This is the plan. It has begun. I am going to build the Nuremberg Panzer factory, Maschinenfabrik Augsburg, Nuremberg. My other name, M.A.N. All right, so this is it. Don't want to waste any more of your time. I've been talking for about 28 minutes now, so it is quite long to watch it all the way to the end. However, if you're still here, if you're still watching, then thank you so much for your time. And I hope you stick around for this amazing build. And yeah, it will not be quick, but I think it will worth it. So stick around. Thanks guys again, and have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.